Hi, I'm Katie Ziskind. I own Wisdom Within Counseling and Coaching. You can book your free phone consultation to better your sex life at wisdomwithinct.com. This video is all about erogenous zones. So what are erogenous zones? They are these special areas of the human body, and for each person, certain erogenous zones will be more sensitive and other erogenous zones may not be. So it's really exciting with each, a person, we have a different kind of blueprint. So just like you have a blueprint for the foundation of a house that's being built, our bodies are a blueprint and things can affect erogenous zones. One thing I like to speak to is trauma. So if you've had a history of sexual trauma, there may be a certain meaning behind certain erogenous zones that you want to talk about with your partner. You might need to have a safe word. So if a flashback from your trauma experience starts coming up for you, you can communicate that with your partner and they're aware of kind of the impacts of complex trauma around sexual activity. So, after trauma, some people can, feel very sexually empowered, and that's kind of the goal. But after trauma, we can also have a lot of fears, anxieties, apprehensions, and kind of walls that go up around touch. So you might really love touch, you might not want to have touch again. So working through trauma can be a good step in exploring the erogenous zones. As well, when it comes to erogenous zones, you want to have fun. So this is part of foreplay. Erogenous zones are, it's kind of like getting to know your partner on a more deeper level. So you might know like what your partner is going to order for lunch if they go to a restaurant, or you might know if your partner likes water with lemon or without lemon, right? So you know things about your partner. You know what time of day they always call their mom, or something about them. And this is also knowing about your partner, where your partner likes to be touched, the pressure of touch they like, how long they like touch in a certain area. So I want you to take the time to explore these different zones: the ears, the neck, the lips, the scalp, and face can be an erogenous zone. So some people really love having their partner put a hand gently on the side of their face, or play with their ears, or scratch or massage their scalp. We also have the lips. You can kiss with the lips, you can play with someone's lips with your fingers, you can, tease a little bit by biting the lower lip, a little bit of nibbling on the bottom lip with your teeth, right? There are ways that you can play around. And, when you go to kiss your partner somewhere, you can verbally ask, how did that feel? You always want to ask for consent. Do I have permission to kiss you? I'd really like to kiss you. Is that okay with you? So as you explore, you're kind of figuring out what areas on your partner's body they really love receiving touch and how that causes them to feel more turned on. And you may also have areas on your body you want your partner to touch, and you might need to vocalize that. So the hands can also be an erogenous zone, gently grazing the hands with fingertips or very lightly scratching with fingernails. Sucking on the fingers can be very erotic for many people. Feeling someone's tongue on your fingertips. The hands have a lot of sensors, and so does the tongue. And so that can be kind of an erotic thing, kind of create a sense of kind of sensation, can be very desirable. The forearms, for many people, the armpits, the breasts, nipples. I mean, now we're getting kind of more to sexual areas, but, erogenous zones can also be like massaging the legs, massaging the soles of the feet, having a partner who gives you a foot massage. Yes, this is a non-sexual form of touch, but it can create a sense of relaxation in the body, and feeling fingertips and, palms on the soles of the feet can create a mental image of what that would feel like on other areas of the body, kind of open a door for safe touch on other parts of the body. Inner thighs, belly, low back, kind of touching these really sensitive areas, like very, and we're also talking about trust, right? In order to receive touch on the belly area, that means that you really have to trust your partner to have your best interest in mind, to really be vulnerable, to really, it's a very It's a physical demonstration of security, of saying, hey, I'm allowing you to touch my belly, or I'm giving you my consent, to be in such an intimate space with me. So it can be incredibly wonderful. And as you touch your partner's erogenous zones, and as they touch you, the nipples, the breasts, we start to move into sexual areas, sucking, kissing, teasing, playing with sex toys, can all be incredible. And it doesn't just have to lead to vaginal penetration. Erogenous zones can be something that you toy with throughout the entire day. You can kind of hype your partner up in that way. And you're building passion, you're building kind of this uphill kind of journey. Ideally, in a natural, organic, experiential way, an orgasm will happen, right? We don't have to force it. We don't have to make it happen. An orgasm is not a check box that we have to have every time. Sex and sexual activity can still be very pleasurable without orgasming, especially when there is desire and someone feels desired. So for homework, I want you to download the worksheet that is attached to this kind of module in the course. And I want you to circle and certain areas of your body that you want touched, which ones that you like touched, and you may have areas that you do not want touched. It's very normal to have certain areas where you're like, this is super uncomfortable when you touch me here, or when I receive touch here, and that's okay too, to have kind of areas you do not want touched. So, talk with your partner, see what feels good for you, where your partner might be touching right now, maybe what they think you like, but in reality, you might want certain areas or other areas touched instead. So that's totally okay too. So I hope this opens up a fun conversation for you guys on sexual pleasure and erogenous zones. If you're looking to get started, you can book a free phone consult to build more meaningful connection and positivity in your sex life at wisdomwithinct.com.